guys, tonight is Module 7, Lesson 3 homework. Don't forget we're doing the read, draw, write process to solve these problems and using that letter to represent the unknown variable in each problem, okay? So number 1 says, Jerry pours 86 milliliters of water into 8 tiny beakers. He measures an equal amount of water into the first 7 beakers. He pours the remaining water into the 8th beaker. It measures 16 milliliters. How many milliliters of water are in each of the first 7 beakers? So let me just remind myself here. I have 86 total milliliters. I'm going to have 8 beakers. 7 of them have equal amounts, and the last one has 16 milliliters. I know what my picture is going to look like. So let's draw 7 beakers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My last one is going to have that 16 milliliters from my 8th beaker that I have all together. Okay? Now I need to figure out, these all are going to have the same amount, so I'm just going to put an A in each one of these because A will be the same thing for all 7 containers. How many milliliters of water are in each of the first 7 beakers? Well, I have a total of 86 milliliters. I know this beaker has 16, so let's subtract that amount. And that's going to give me B, using my variables, right? So 86 minus 16, let's rewrite it right here so we can do the math. 6 minus 6 is 0. 8 minus 1 is 7. So B is going to equal 70. So now I have 70 milliliters to divide equally into 7 beakers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is that going to equal? What's that equal amount? I see a connection. How many times does 7 go into 7? Hopefully you're saying 1, but I don't want to take it into 7. I want to take it into 70. So if I counted by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 7 beakers with 10 milliliters will get me to the rest of the 70 milliliters that I need to share out with all the beakers. If you kind of think about it too with a number bond, there's 86 total milliliters. How many milliliters will it take plus the 16 that I already have? We know that this question mark is going to be 70 from the math that I did here. My 86 minus 16 left me with 70 milliliters that still needed to be divided up equally in those 7 containers. So how many milliliters of water are in each of the first 7 beakers? In each of the first 7 beakers, you will have 10 milliliters. For, let's see, all 7 milliliters, or all 7 beakers equal a total of 70 milliliters. That was all my unknown information, so I wanted to represent that I found all that information in my answer. All right, let's look at question 2. Mr. Chavez's 3rd graders go to gym class at 11:15. They rotate through 3 activities for 8 minutes each. Lunch begins at 12 o'clock. How many minutes are left from the end of gym until the time lunch begins? So let's start our picture. They start at 11:15. Then they have 1 activity for 8 minutes. They have a 2nd activity for 8 minutes. A 3rd activity for 8 minutes. Then we want to figure out how much time do they have left until it gets to the end of gym class. We have a couple ways that we can go about figuring this out. Can we figure out how many minutes is it from 11:15 to 12 o'clock? If I think about my clock face, I'm not going to put all my minutes there, or my hour hands, I should say. But if it's 11:15, let's see how many minutes it's going to take for me to get from 11:15 until 12 o'clock. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So gym class is a total of 45 minutes. But I didn't work for that full 45 minutes. How many minutes did I work for? I need to figure out what 3 groups of 8 equals. So 3 groups times 8 minutes equals our letter, we'll put A there for our variable, like our directions are asking us. 3 times 8 equals 24 minutes. So now that I know that this portion here was 24 minutes, but the whole time it was 45 minutes, I need to find our difference. If we look at our number bond, we'll have 45 total minutes. We played for 24, but how many minutes are left? Lots of different drawings we can draw for this one, right? We're finding a difference, so we're going to subtract. So 45 minutes minus 24 minutes is going to equal B. And let's do the work. You're probably reminding yourself, I'm doing a number sentence because part of the writing portion in Read, Draw, Write says to write a number sentence and write a complete sentence for your answer. So that's why we're doing all that extra work. It's not really extra work because it's making us really understand our problem well. So 5 minus 4 is 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. That means he has 21 minutes. They have 21 minutes until it's time for them to go to lunch. So Mr. Chavez's class has 21 minutes of time left until they go to lunch. Remember, I also figured out how many minutes they spent exercising or doing their activities, right? They only spent 24 minutes doing their activities. All right, good. Let's look at question number 3. A box contains 100 pens. In each box, there are 38 black pens and 42 blue pens, while the rest of them are green. Ooh, let's see, so I have 100 pens altogether. 38 are black, 42 are blue, and the rest are green. Mr. Kane buys 6 boxes of pens. How many green pens does he have in total? So I got to come back and read this one more time. So he has a box of 100 pens altogether. Each box there are 38 black ones, 42 blue ones, and the rest are green. Mr. Kane buys 6 boxes of pens. Ooh, 6 total boxes of pens. So I got to remember that this is one box equals 100 pens, but I'm going to have 6 boxes. So I first need to figure out how many green pens will make with that one box, because I want to know how many total green pens I'm going to have at the end. So I think I'm going to add these 2 numbers first. So let's do 38 plus 42. That's going to equal, we'll do a P for pens. So let's rewrite it. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry my 1, or my 10. 4 plus 3 plus 1 is 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8. So I know, oops, I should do wrong letter, Mrs. Beach. We want that to stay as a P for pens. I know that these 2 numbers equal 80. So you can think of it as now I have 80 and then my G for my green. So I think 80 plus G equals 100, or I can subtract again. 100 minus 80 equals 0, 0, 10. 10 minus 8 is 2, so I get 20. So I have 20 green pens. That's what my G is going to stand for now. But that's for one box. I have 6 boxes. So I have 6 groups of 20 green pens, which is going to get me my answer. So 6 times 2 is 12, but I want 6 times 20, so add your 0, and that'll equal A. You have 20, oops, I forgot to leave space for my label, green pens. So Mr. Kane will have 120 green pens in his 6 boxes because one box has 20 green pens. Can't just say pens because there's way more, because there's 100 total pens in the box, right? So make sure you're really specific about which color you're talking about with your answer.